One more time. We back again, family. We had a blast this weekend. I had a chance to. Well, it was two. It was a twofold. My uncle passed away. Um, had to go back home for that. That was not. Of course, that's not good. That's never a good thing. Um, but the silver lining to that was he lived a very, very rich life. When I tell you, he had. They put him away like a king. Truly, like a king. He went out the way that he lived. They did well by him. It was a lot of respect, a lot of time and consideration put into who he was and what he did. And it was different than a lot of funerals that you probably would go to because of his position within the city of Detroit. So that was it was magnificent to see that my uncle get transition like he did. Um, but the silver lining to that is I saw a family I haven't saw in 30 or 40 years. We had an opportunity to sit down and talk and, catch up. And you see the kids who were not even here and now they're grown and they have children. So they're grandchildren, from my generation. So just to see that, was magnificent. It was beautiful to see all that family and then just that history, the changing of the guard, the next elders. So my uncle, Kurt, is the eldest man in the family now. So we were taking a family picture and they said, Uncle Kurt, they said, you got to come down to the front. So they had the seats for the elders. Now he was standing in the back. So we had so many people. So somebody was standing on the porch behind us at the house. So they were up there so they can all get in the picture. So they called him down to the front and they called him down there because he's the oldest man in the family. Now, understand, I had a house next door to my uncle, when I was younger coming up. So to see him transition to be the eldest man in the family, that was a lot because it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but of course it has been some years. So now my uncle, of course, his eyes got big and, we had a chance to talk afterwards. We went over to my other cousin's house and he was just talking about how, to have that bestowed upon him, it was like a big weight, that was put on his shoulders, that shifting, that changing of the guard. So, we were just talking and he just had to let that sink in. So it took a while. It took a few minutes before he really caught on and understood that, that this is real. So, yeah, that was the weekend. We had a blast. We sat down with the family, just caught up, talked about each other. We drank the beer, we ate the good food, the aunties doing their thing, the little cousins doing their thing. We sat back down, caught up. So it was good. So it was like two different experiences. We had two different parts of the family getting together and we had a good time. We had a blast, man. I really didn't want to leave. I really, really didn't. I had a blast. But hey, you know how it goes. You got to do what you got to do. We all got to go back, get back to the grind and do what you do. Okay, so yeah, that was that tonight's show. That was my little monologue. It was just really family. And of course, you can learn a host of things depending on what you're paying attention to, right, with the family. Tonight's show is called Good Can Become Bad. Good can become bad. So with men and women in our relationships, good can become bad. And then good can become normal. So we're going to unpack some things. Again, we're taking the calls. I'm watching people go through these experiences, the challenges in life, the obstacles and the hurdles, the things that we can't talk about. I got a huge call this morning. Two people on the verge of divorce. They've been coming for a while. And at this point, it's not too much that you could do. But what I will say when I see not this couple, I'm talking about in general, I'm talking about the collective, I'm talking about universally. Let's start with our children. We always want to give our children the things that we did not have, okay? We want to give our children maybe the material items we didn't have, maybe the home that we didn't live in, maybe the schools that we couldn't attend because we think the education is better, maybe the group of friends, the social circles. We want them to experience those things because we think that that's better, okay? So we give our children these things that we think are better. So when we put them in those positions, we give our children the things that we did not have. But the problem with that is we didn't give them what made us us. We didn't give them the things, the trials, the tribulations, the highs and the lows, the ins and the outs, the things that we call bad. that turned into our good, which made some people good and made some people better, made some of us great. So when we indulge our children in these things that we did not have, we can't forget to give them the things that the negative part that we did get that made us us. Because if you listen to anybody that you respect on a high level, that individual, I guarantee you, their story is probably a hard knock story. They went through a lot of trials and tribulations, probably some homelessness, probably a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of just a hard way to go. So, but we try to take that from our children and we want them to be good, better, and great. And that's just not going to happen. That's just not how it goes. So let's say our spouses, we want to give, you want to give your man or your husband or your wife or your girl or your lady the best of you and the best things that money can buy, or the best life that they can live. The problem with that is when we have good, let's say the relationship is good, the house is good, you guys are getting along well. As human beings, we always want more. We always want to elevate past the level that we're at. So now we want to kind of unpack that and show how this could be problematic. If you have the relationship is good, if you had a home that's good, if the cars are all right, the kids are good, the nuclear family is straight, and then the extended family is straight, everything is good. The problem with that is it's going to become normal. And when that becomes normal, when good becomes normal, then good can become bad. Because normal, makes us content, it makes us complacent. And remember, we always want more. So what's better than good? What's better than good? Let's just say great. Great is better than good. Okay. So let's move to great. So now you take the house and the car and the family and the kids, and now everybody's great because it's human nature. We're going to always want more. So when we take that elevation on top of from good, that turned into bad, to great, that turned into normal and bad. Now we'll go to excellent, just say hypothetically, but you could use whatever word you want to use to say elevation on top of these words. You can use plug anything in there that you'd like. So now we have excellent. So the house is excellent, the cars are excellent, the kids are excellent, the extended family is excellent. But because it's human nature, we always want more. So now excellent is going to become normal, and normal can become bad because that normal is going to make us content and complacent. So now let's elevate from excellent. Let's go to divine. Now we're in a divine state of lifestyle and mentality. So now we have divinity in the family, divinity in our lifestyle, divinity in the nuclear and extended family. So when we have divinity, that can become normal. And when that can become normal, again, that can become bad because that makes us content and complacent. And then on top of that, it will have to become godly. So after it becomes godly, this can become normal. When we normalize that, then we can become complacent, and then that can turn into bad. Because the human nature is going to always want to elevate and always want more. There's nothing wrong with that, but we need to understand and put parameters and borders around that and understand that there has to be a ceiling and a limitation somewhere. So now I'm using this analogy because I'm looking at my family and other people's families. It's like no matter how much we give them, no matter how much we do, no matter how good we are to them, there's always going to be a level where they want to raise the bar. So talking to men and women when they're experiencing this turmoil in their relationships, not understanding that they're already good. They just looking for more. They're looking for better. And that's where the problem could come in. Sometimes good should be enough. But that's up for an individual to try to figure out. That's something that you need to contemplate. That's something that men and women have to try to figure out in our relationships. When you look at people's relationships that you can see something that's really, really good. But then you may sit down with that individual and they start letting you into the back door or getting close and up more close and personal to the situation. And you find out that there are a lot of skeletons in the closet. A wise lady taught me one time, she said, rich people, it's not that they don't have skeletons in their closet. They just got bigger closets with 3 floors to hide more stuff. And I thought that was very interesting because I never thought of it like that. So it's just that when you see people, you have to understand that they may have resources and tools to hide the same problem that you have, but they share the same problems that you have. When you get that opportunity to sit down with men and women, you see that what that ideal perfection, the white picket fence, the 2.5 kids, When you look into that and then you start digging deeper and you find out, oh my God, this is not what you thought it was. So when we looking at these relationships, we need to be careful on how we assess that. We need to be careful and understand that good may just be all that we need. Just because somebody is making something look great, making it look excellent, that may not necessarily be the case. Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, all we really want is good. But then why can't we be happy with that? I guess would be a question. So I just wanted to put that out here today. So we want you to take this. We want you to test this. We want you to try this. Take it to the barbershop or take it to the hair salon. Take it to the job or take it to the church. Remember, you don't have to like it, believe it, or understand it. Sometimes you just have to respect it. This is the Clipperdome Chronicles. Thank you.